I ran into the building to save someone. Now I'm the only one screaming. Everyone else walks out calm. Too calm. The exit is a lie. Chapter 1. The smoke was still rising. The explosion shook the sidewalk beneath Eli's feet before he even saw the smoke. He'd just left work, still wearing his apron, earbuds in, half a coffee in his hand, when the sirens started wailing down State Street. He turned the corner, and that's when he saw the plume. Dark, not fire black, grey, thick and chemical. The street in front of the federal building was chaos. People running. A woman on the ground screaming. Shoes lost. Glass blanketing the crosswalk like sugar. And in the middle of it all, a man pinned under a twisted metal beam just beyond the lobby doors. Everyone else kept running. But Eli didn't. He didn't know why he moved toward the smoke. Maybe guilt. Maybe instinct. Or maybe it was that the man trapped beneath the beam looked up and locked eyes with him. He didn't scream, just mouthed a word. Please. Eli dropped his coffee and ran. He passed first responders setting up barriers, people on radios. Someone shouted at him to stop, but he was already through the door. Inside, it was quiet. The kind of quiet that makes your ears ring louder than the sirens outside. The lobby was mostly intact, but the floor near the elevators had collapsed inward, like something had punched up from below. Rebar jutted like bones from the tile. The man was still pinned just ahead. Eli knelt beside him. Hey, I'm here, don't move. The man's eyes were glassy, blood from his temple, his leg crushed. Help's coming, Eli said. They're already here, the man whispered. Eli blinked. What? Don't let them take my face. Then his head rolled back, and he was gone. Footsteps echoed. Eli turned. 4 people stepped through the dust, wearing hazard suits, full-face visors. Not fire department, not EMTs. Blank, sterile, no insignia, no names. They walked slowly, methodically. One of them raised a scanner. You were exposed, she said. Her voice came from a speaker on her chest, delayed by half a second. You need to come with us. I'm fine, Eli said. This guy needs help. The 4 looked at the body. One knelt and placed a hand on the man's forehead. No CPR, no pulse check, just pressure. The body twitched once, and then lay still. Too still. The woman looked back at Eli. He's been processed. Eli took a step back. What the hell does that mean? None of them answered. One moved toward him, slow, reaching. Eli ran. He ducked behind a scorched reception desk, sprinted for the emergency stairs. He didn't stop moving until he reached the 3rd floor. Half of it collapsed, the hallway cracked in half. The emergency lights flickered red like a heartbeat. He pressed his back against the wall, panting. Then he saw her. A woman, young, maybe 30, huddled under a beam in the corner. Alive, shaking, covered in ash. Their eyes met. Please, she whispered. They already got the others. Who are they? Eli asked. She just pointed up. Footsteps again. He turned. Nothing. When he looked back, she was gone. Not moved, not fled. Gone. Like she'd never been there at all. Then Eli heard something. From the other end of the hall. Not footsteps. A copy. Like his own voice, faint and trembling. Help me. It came from a room with the door cracked open. He took one step toward it, then stopped. His phone buzzed. Unknown number. He answered without thinking. Eli. His name, spoken in his own voice. Don't run. You can't leave now. You're already part of the response protocol. He dropped the phone, sprinted, didn't look back. At the stairwell door, he slammed into someone coming the other way. A man in a hazmat suit. Faceplate lifted. Same jawline, same eyes, same face. Eli's face. The man smiled. Let's get you processed. Chapter 2. The silent ones walk out first. Eli ran, didn't speak, didn't scream, just tore down the stairwell 2 steps at a time, lungs on fire, hands scraped raw from hitting concrete. He'd seen the man's face. His face, smiling like a memory that never belonged to him. First floor. He burst out of the stairwell into chaos. The lobby had changed, same layout, but something was wrong. The bodies were gone. The beam, the dust, the broken glass, gone. In their place, clean tile, humming fluorescent lights, and a long white desk manned by 2 silent figures in dark suits. No faces, just fogged out glass visors. One turned toward him. "Sir, you're not cleared for exit," Eli shouted. "I didn't come here for clearance. I came to help." The man behind the desk tapped something under the counter. A low siren began to wail, muffled and distant, like it was echoing through water. The front doors were still there, just a few yards ahead. Wide glass panels, double-paned, spinning lights outside. But they wouldn't open. No handles, no seams, just wall pretending to be window. He slammed his fist against the glass. Nothing. No sound, no crack, just cold resistance. Behind him, the voice again. "He's not ready." He turned. 2 of them now, identical. Suits, visors, still. One lifted a hand toward his chest and clicked something. Eli didn't wait to find out what. He ducked low and bolted toward the north hallway, the one that led past the elevators. He remembered it from before, but now it was lined with something new. Mirrors. Each wall panel reflected him. At first, but as he moved, he noticed the reflections were lagging. Half a step slow. Some didn't blink when he did. One smiled when he didn't. He ran faster. A door at the end of the hall stood cracked open, buzzing light inside. He slipped in and slammed it shut behind him. It was a break room, or had been. Melted chairs, old coffee pots sagging with mold, a vending machine full of crumbling packages and rotted snacks. And in the middle of the room, a man, sitting, still. Eli approached slowly. The man was dressed in a firefighter's uniform, jacket stiff with dried black. His helmet sat on the floor beside him. His eyes were wide, bloodshot, dry, too dry. And his mouth stitched shut, not metaphorically. Actual surgical stitching. Coarse thread looped through the skin like canvas, pulled tight. Eli stepped back, and that's when the firefighter turned to look at him. Slowly, deliberately. He held out a shaking hand and dropped something to the floor. A mirror shard. Blood on the edge. His blood. On the back of the shard, scratched deep. They only let the silent ones out. Behind him, the break room door opened. Eli didn't look. He ducked past the firefighter, out the emergency exit into a maintenance hallway. The lights here were low, buzzing. Pipes ran along the ceiling. Wet floor, a faint hum in the walls, like something breathing too deep. And ahead, another figure. Not in a suit, not a responder. A woman. Same one from before? She turned and looked at him. This time she spoke clearly. "You're the only one who still sounds like yourself," she said. Eli said, "What the hell is this place?" She answered, "Containment protocol. Gone too far. They don't want to save anyone anymore. Just control what gets out." "Why me?" She shrugged. "Because you ran in. You weren't supposed to." She handed him something. A file folder. Government issue. Faded red stamp. Class 3-body match. Confirmation inside. Photos. Of him. Him unconscious. Him strapped to a gurney. Him walking out of the building on security cam. Blank-faced. Stitched-lipped. That's not me. Not yet, she said. Then she nodded toward the far end of the hallway. A basement's through there. Power room, maybe a way out. But it's below the responders. The things pretending to be them. Eli asked, "Why are you helping me?" She smiled. But it was broken. Sad. Because they helped me once too. She lifted her chin. And only now did Eli see the faint scar across her lips, where stitches had once been. He turned and ran, back through the hall, past the humming pipes, toward the dark stairwell that led down. Behind him, she whispered, "If you scream, they'll find you." Chapter 3. Below the silence. The stairs down were warm. That was the first thing Eli noticed. Warm and getting warmer. The further down he went, the more it felt like walking into breath. The air was wet, not damp. Wet, like walking through the lungs of something alive. He hit the bottom and stopped. The basement hall was pitch black. No flickering lights, no sirens. Just a red glow from deeper inside, pulsing, slow and steady, like a dying heartbeat. He took a breath, regretted it. The air tasted like copper and plastic. A door waited at the end of the hall, steel, numbered B13. His hand hovered over the handle. Then he heard it, a voice, garbled, muffled. "Processing complete. Identity confirmed. Exit authorization denied." Another voice, different pitch. "Silence threshold not met. Subject remains volatile." Then something closer. Breathing. Heavy. Behind the door. Eli opened it and stopped. The room beyond wasn't a lab, not a generator room, not a power grid. It was a theatre. Rows of chairs, a massive screen. Machines lined the walls, flickering, humming, recording. And on the screen, himself. In real time. But not from this moment. From earlier. From when he ran into the lobby. Helped the trapped man. Argued with the responders. Watched. Recorded. Played back. Over and over, like he was a test. He took a step forward. The floor squelched. He looked down. The tiles weren't tile. Skin. Flesh stretched over concrete. Veins pulsed underfoot. Something in the building had grown over the original structure, and it was still growing. From the shadows, a figure stepped into view. Same responder uniform. No mask. But this one didn't wear Eli's face. It wore everyone's. The features shifted, glitched, smoothed out, became the woman, the firefighter, the man under the beam, all stitched together, blinking in sync. "We needed you," it said. "You came willingly." That made the process cleaner. Eli stepped back. "Process? I'm not a part of anything." "You are now. You're the baseline. The first one we didn't have to drag in screaming. That makes you valuable." The thing walked slowly toward him. Behind it, another screen powered on. Security footage, outside the building, today. Eli running into the explosion. Then something else, a live feed, the street again. Eli, standing still, calm, walking away. He whispered, "That's not me." "It is. That's the version we kept." The responder reached toward him. "The one outside is clean, hollow, ready." "And me?" "You're the noise." The floor began to rise, shift, push. Eli stumbled back, screamed, and that scream echoed through the vents. The red lights flared, doors began to unlock. All of them. Above, responders turned their heads. Monitors shattered, power flickered. He didn't know how, but his scream was the signal, the rejection, the contamination. The building began to purge. The voice in the wall returned. Processing failed. Exit granted. He ran, back through the hallway, up the stairs. The doors didn't stop him now. The glass panels cracked as he neared them, and when he hit the lobby, he saw them. Rows of responders, still, watching. And in the center, himself, face clean, calm, blank. A version that didn't fight back, that didn't ask questions, that just walked out like everyone else. The duplicate turned, smiled. "You can go now," Eli asked. "What happens if I do?" The responder shrugged. "You'll forget. It'll be easier." Outside, people were waiting. News vans, flashing lights, sirens. A world that had no idea what was buried below. He looked at the exit, looked at himself, then stepped forward. As he passed the responder version, he leaned close. "I hope you remember everything," Eli whispered. The thing didn't answer. He pushed the doors open, for real this time, and stepped into the light.